In the last lecture, we understood that every page is simply comprising of HTML tags in it, and we can right click and inspect on the browser to see the entire page. We are using a standard Python library, which is URL lib, and we are providing the URL. And this basically gives me the entire HTML that is available on the website. Now we want to see how we can extract the relevant text from this. So first we will use a string method, and what we want to do is to find, let's say, the title. To do this, we will write title index is equal to html dot find, and we simply have to mention the title here like this. So if you notice carefully, the title here has the less than greater than sign, and the same sign has been mentioned here as well. And then we can write title index. It gives us 14. Now 14 is just the character starting point. So it tells me that this is the 14th character in my data. But this is not really what we wanted, right? We did not want the index of the title tag. We wanted the index of the title itself. So if we want to get the index of the first letter in the title, we have to add the length of this string, which is title. This is also very simple to do. So now we will say that the starting index, that means to find out where this word called profile is starting, the letter called P, we will take the title index, which we already know is 14, and to that we will add the length of title like this. And if we check the length here, it comes as 21, right? So what is happening here? We're able to see the character position where we're getting the result that we want. Similarly, we can get the index of the closing tag as well. So for this, we will say the end index is equal to html.find. And remember, this time we want to search for the title, which is the closing one. That means we are searching for this one. Now the result comes as 39. And finally, we can extract the title by slicing the HTML string. So this would simply be the title, which is equal to HTML from my start index till my end index. And when we run this, just a minute. No, hold on. So we will have to put a bracket here. Right, and as you can see, we get profile and Aphrodite. Okay, so I would like to take a minute here and tell all of you that real world problems are not that simple. You know, in real world, HTML can be much more complicated. One of the main reasons is that websites are not very predictable. Every website is different, pages are different. For that matter, the same website might also keep on changing. So you can't really know for sure what type of tags you want to search for. Let's take one more example. So we're looking at URL is equal to. So we'll just copy the previous one, and we will search for another page which is called Poseidon. So that all of you can see, this is how the page looks. right? So very similar, we have the favorite animal, favorite color, hometown, we have an image. Now when we inspect, you would notice that here it seems that everything is correct, right? But the reason everything looks correct is only because the browser is automatically removing all the extra spaces and fixing some small mistakes. But when we read the tags using Python, you would notice that there are some problems and the tags are not as clean as they look right now. Let's go ahead and do this. So we will say that our page is URL open and then the URL. In fact, I can just copy it from the previous one. So we will take our HTML and then we have our starting index and then we have our end index and then we have the title. So when we run this on the new page that I just showed to you will notice we are getting the profile, but you would also see that there is this extra greater than sign that is coming here. So this means that a bit of the HTML is mixed with the title. Now, like I said earlier, if you look at the page, it seems as if everything is working correctly and is the same as earlier, but there are certain problems that might be there. And that's why the character string is not getting picked up properly. This is where we have to work with what we call regular expressions, what is also termed as regex. Now, regex is not something which is only available on Python. So regex is an expression which is available on it's a fundamental computer science expression language, which means it is available on different platforms. So if you notice, it's available on PHP, Python, JavaScript, right? It works on R. So it works on different types of data science platforms and programming platforms. All right. So remember, they are not particular to Python. It's a general programming concept and it can be used with nearly every other programming language. We first want to import it. So we will write import RE. Now, regular expressions use something called meta characters, which um, denotes different types of patterns. Now, this can get very complicated. So let's do a simple example. So we will write re.find all and then we will say AB asterisk C and then we will look at AC. Now think about what is going to happen. The first argument is the regular expression that we want to match, and the second argument is the string that we want to test, which means that we want to search for AB asterisk C in AC. Now what this means is that AB asterisk C will match any part of the string that begins with an A and ends with a C and has 0 or more instances of a B between the two, right? So this means 0 or more instances of B. So when we run this, you notice that we get AC. Let's do some more examples. Okay, so when we run this, you notice that no match is found, which means that a blank is returned. For example, if we only do this with the first one, you notice the result comes as ABC. If we do it with the second one, then the result comes as AC. If we do it with the third one, then the result comes as ABC and AC, because ABC is one part of the input and AC is another part that is coming. And when we finally do it with the fourth one, we don't get any result here, right? And the reason is because we have an ABC, which is the pattern that we're searching for. But here you notice that we have another character coming, which is the character D. So whenever a match is not found, then the find all will return an empty list to us. This is also case sensitive. So your pattern matching is case sensitive. So if we want to search for a pattern regardless of the case, then we have to do something different. For example, if we search right now with a capital ABC, let me remove the comment from here. You will notice the return is an empty list. But if I add a third argument, which is re dot ignore case, you will notice that we are getting the result. Despite the fact that we were searching for a lowercase ABC, it is still able to find the uppercase ABC. We can also use a period to stand for any single character in a regular expression. So let's do a few examples. So if you write A and a period and C, and if you're searching in ABC, then the result comes as ABC. Let's do that one more time. This time we're searching for A, BBC, and you notice the result in it is an empty list that comes. This means that you were only searching for one character, but because the B was coming two times, it is not able to give us the result that we wanted. If we search for this A dot C and AC, again the result comes as an empty list. And if you're searching for ACC, we get ACC right now, which means that between the A and the C, there can be any character that comes in the middle. Very similar to this, we can also write a different pattern, which is a period followed by an asterisk. Now this means that any character repeated any number of times. Let's do a few examples. So if you're searching for period asterisk C, the result comes as ABC. Let's do one more. If you're searching for A BBC and we are searching for A period asterisk, you notice we still get the result because it is searching for a character appearing any number of times. If you're searching for this, we get AC. And then one last time, if you're searching for ACC, then we also get ACC. We also have the search here. So we have re.search, and this allows us to search for a particular pattern inside a string. Now see, this is a little more complicated than the find all because it returns an object which is called the match object. So it returns the match object which will store different groups of data. Now this is possible because there might be matches inside other matches. And what re.search does is to return every possible result. So this would become more clearer when we do some examples. Let's do a simple one. So we'll write match results, and we are writing re.search. We are searching for AB asterisk C, and we have ABC, and we have ignore case. Then when we write match results dot group, our result comes as ABC like this. We also have one more function which is used for passing text. This is re.sub. The sub here stands for substitute. This allows us to replace text in a string that matches a regular expression with some new text. So it's a little bit like the replace that we use in the string method. And let's look at an example. So we will write string is, let's say, everything is replaced if it is in tags. String is equal to re.sub. And the result comes as everything is elephants. Now just think about what happened. So we told it to replace what is coming inside the tags, which is a period followed by an asterisk. But you notice that it did not replace only the first one, it replaced this entire portion. That means everything that started at the first tag and ended at the last tag has been replaced. Now, I'm sure that you would have expected that this wouldn't be the result. You would have expected only this part to be replaced, correct? But that is not what happens. Now, the reason this happens is because we say that regex is greedy, which means that it tries to search for the longest possible match when there is a character like an asterisk. That means that it searched for the entire portion even though we did not watch it. If you want to use a non-greedy pattern, then we have to do the same thing once again. But this time the difference will be, rather than putting an asterisk, we will put a question mark. And you notice it says that, okay, let me just do it on a new line. One moment. So we don't want to replace, okay, so excuse me, we don't want to replace the asterisk. We want to add a question mark along with the asterisk. And when we do this, we get everything is elephants if it is in elephants. This means that it is only replacing what is inside the tag and what is inside the tag. So the word called replaced and the word called tags has been replaced with elephants, but whatever was in the middle has not been replaced. Which means that we are only searching for two matches and it is substituting the word elephants with both these matches. Wonderful. So now that we have seen how regex works, let us go back to the HTML and see how we can extract text from HTML using regex. Before we go to the next lecture, do remember that regex is a very advanced topic. Fundamentally, it's very simple because you have these character notations, but it's a very deep topic. So even though I have done a few examples for you, the more you search, the more you will find. So you can go to any good website and see how regex works.